afternoon. My name is Purvis, and today I want to tell you about the book that changed my life. This book started a chain reaction, which led to me finding a love of reading, which turned into me wanting to become a reading teacher. There are three aspects of this book that I want to talk about today. The first is the book itself. The second is how that book inspired me to find my love of reading. And the third is how this book still affects me and how I want to become a reading teacher. Now, let's talk about this book. This book is a young adult novel by Haley Abbott entitled The Bridesmaid. This book is about a young girl who struggles to find her place in her family while her sister's trying to get married. This book was assigned to me when I was in the 7th grade. This book was the first time that I had read a book from start to finish without stopping. Now that you know a little bit about this book, let's talk about how it has affected my life. The Bridesmaid represents a turning point in my reading and my learning. It helped me see that reading can be fun and it can be interesting, and it doesn't have to be like pulling teeth. Once I finished with this book, I went back to my teacher and I asked her for titles of different books that I might like. She could see that this book had ignited something in me and she wanted to help me grow in that passion, so she gave me a list of more books to read. This was the first book that grabbed my attention, that showed me that books can take you on adventures and they can be relatable. Now that I've told you how this book affected me in middle school, let me tell you about how it still affects me now. As an adult, I read as much and as often as I can, and I like to think it started because of The Bridesmaid by Haley Abbott. Now that this chain reaction has started, and I'm going to get my degree in elementary education, I want to get also an emphasis in reading so that I can teach reading to my future students and they can see the passion that I have for it, and that I can hope to ignite their passion for reading. I kept The Bridesmaid to remind me that something as insignificant as a young adult novel can have such an impact on my life. This book helped me find that I love to read and that it's something that I'm extremely passionate about, and it sits on my shelf, and when I look at it, I smile because it reminds me of the beginning. In conclusion, I hope you remember these three things about this book. The first is that I've had it since 7th grade. The second is that it did ignite that love of reading in me. And the third is that with this love of reading, I hope to ignite that same kind of passion within my future students. This book is important to me because it started that chain reaction, which led to me finding that love of reading, which in turn is now helping me become a great reading teacher. Thank you so much.